Hey everybody, it's Shadowstar and Crystal here for another Arrow review. This time, it's the second last episode of Season 2, Streets of Fire. And fire they were indeed.
So previously, our heroes estimated that there was 20 men in the army, but we decided to pause it and count how many guys in masks we saw on the screen. We counted at least 32. Okay. But don't worry, because later in this episode, they changed their minds and said they've got 50 men.
Well, whatever, that's a weird thing to focus on.
You'd think they would know how many, because when Roy was in that room with the blood going to all the people, they could have counted how many was in there.
I'm not going back to count how many was in a circle of people. Anyway, enough about silly things like that.
I thought it was fun to know.
The episode pretty much picks off literally where it ended last time. Literally, the previously bleeds right into the continuation with last time Oliver shot a roof, it fell and separated him and Laurel, and we get this scene of Laurel shooting a bow and blowing up a wall.
Even though you gotta have strength to pull back a bow.
I guess. Maybe it's a different type of bow. Who knows?
Why would he have a baby bow with him? He didn't know that would happen.
I don't know. But we also got, man, this episode, look, the fact is, it's the second last episode. Like last season, this episode is huge.
Mm-hmm.
But let's start with, continuing from last time, we have Diggle versus Isabella Rochev, followed by Isabel getting hit with a car.
Yay, Felicity!
So that was a fun little scene. Like I said, it's utter chaos. This episode is non-stop action, pretty much. But we also, as always, I will praise Quentin, and we get the police fighting the Deathstroke army. First one guy, and then, we have Quentin, who flat out works with the vigilante, and the police are on his side. Yeah. After all this season of everything going wrong, the police are on his side, and he even goes back to being a detective.
Yeah, because they finally agree that we need him for this.
So it's just so... I love teamwork, and it's so fun to see them all working together. Speaking of Quentin, we're just going to be hopping all over the place. We were talking about Laurel before, so with Laurel, Sarah's back. Laurel's being chased and someone needs to help her. It's Sarah to the rescue.
And now Laurel knows it's her.
I mean, Laurel already knew, but now...
Yeah, she didn't have to reveal herself. She just knew. She probably figured, well, if Oliver's the Arrow, then he's probably working with Sarah.
Exactly. But, I do love... Like I said, we all love Sarah, and seeing Sarah in this episode... To me, this is where Sarah truly becomes a hero. I mean, she was already doing heroic stuff before, but this is the part where, she's actually being identified as the Canary.
Yeah, because they have that moment where she explains that she became someone else. She's a killer, she's Thea and I'll never be able to pronounce that right. I think I did quite well. But then, when she goes into a burning building to save a little girl... Laurel tells the mother that was the Canary.
Which is an important distinction people always forget. Sarah Lance has never been the Black Canary. People need to get that straight. Sarah is the Canary. She's never been the Black Canary. People always get that mixed up.
Yeah.
A lot of people will label her as a Black Canary. She never was. She was always a Canary, and then she's something else. We'll save that for later. Mm-hmm. But she's never the Canary. She's never the Black Canary. But anyway, let's take a quick aside from the action and talk about something quick and small, the flashback.
Yeah, I thought about saying this last time, but I'll say it in this one. It was so dumb that Oliver told Sarah, go away and get safe. Because it wasn't safe, because Slade took her. That was so dumb. So
somehow Slade got to the submarine, took Sarah, and then brought her back. Well, probably one of his men did it. But yeah, Sarah's been taken. But we did get some nice moments with Oliver and Anatoly.
Yeah.
We did get some nice moments of, them having a proper friendship and saying we'll see you again and if we ever see each other and all that type of stuff, which was nice seeing. Like I said, I always enjoy the dynamic between Oliver and Anatoly, and this is the beginning of it.
Yeah.
But that's about it for the flashback. I mean, they get into the boat, they try to steal the cure, but they don't find it, and Slade confronts them, and that's it. That's it, fine. We've still got one episode to go.
Speaking of cure.
Yeah.
I find it so dumb that they use that excuse that, oh, it's been stolen and Star Labs can't make more. They know how to make it. Why can't they make more?
They probably used up all the ingredients.
Well, they should have had backup.
I don't know. I'm not a chemist. Whatever. But yeah, they do have the cure, which, first they're trying to track the cure because some guy is delivering it. I'm going to assume he's just a courier, not actually someone working for Star Labs.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's just some random guy. But hey, maybe he is. Maybe there was a random guy who stayed behind and he died. And that's why we never see him in the Flash. No, I'm just kidding. He's probably just a courier. But he dies, and, Slade's men take the cure. But then Sebastian Blood takes the cure. Now, this is the thing.
Sebastian's finally turned around.
Well, that's the thing. Any villain, any villain who's working for somebody who has a redemption arc, it's time for them to die. Obviously, yes, Sebastian starts to question how far this has gone, because as he was said in the last episode, Slade is never going to give him what he wants. It's never going to be nice and clean and simple.
And he thought he was above the soldiers. But then the soldier says, I don't take orders from you.
But there's a bit of hypocrisy, because at first, he seems to be okay with the destruction, which pisses me off. Because remember, the first time we're ever introduced to Sebastian Blood is defending people who were destroyed in the Glades in the undertaking. So him being okay with this, which is,
I think he thought it would stop soon. He said you were going to call off your men.
But he thought, it's going to be this thing and we'll rise out of it being better than before. If you look at it from that motivation, it just comes off like the undertaking. So from Sebastian's point, it just makes him a huge hypocrite. But he does do the right thing after he realizes it's gone too far. He takes the cure from Slade and gives it to Oliver, which of course means he dies. And he dies doing what he should have done. So, he dies. I wouldn't say he died a hero, but he at least died doing the right thing.
Yeah, and they did have this moment where he tells Oliver after this is over he plans to stay mayor. And Oliver says, but people won't let you be mayor. And he says, but if you tell people about what I've done, I'll tell people your secret.
Yeah, not that it matters, because he's dead now. But, at least he went out on a high note, but he's dead. It's the second last episode. What did you expect from that? But, we had a lot. And honestly, like I said, I've never been fond of Slade in this whole arc, or at least ever since he turned. I mean, like I said, I do appreciate how much he's thinking ahead, but I also don't like how seriously one-minded he is. As they point out, it really is all about his vengeance against Oliver.
Yeah, but like we've said before, he has the excuse of miracle.
I know, but it's still just, I hate it.
Same.
It just makes him so one-note character.
Exactly.
It's a shame, too, because he's a smart villain in every other aspect, and this is still a really action-packed, fun episode. But I just find that very annoying.
Yeah, you'd think if something were clouding your judgment, you wouldn't be so smart.
Exactly, but he just wants to destroy everything, which leads into Argus, who believe that the threat is so bad they're going to blow up Star City just to fix everything.
Yeah, just to get rid of the Mirakuru soldiers.
Yeah, I suppose the only other thing we've got to talk about is last episode Thea was leaving town, and she was at the train station when all hell broke loose, and this opens with someone saving her. Malcolm!
Yep. Now she knows he's alive. But she doesn't trust him.
I've said Malcolm is one of my favourite villains, or at least favourite characters. Now, while he was fun in Season 1, honestly, I prefer everything after Season 1 with Malcolm. I know other people disagree. I love Malcolm and Thea's dynamic. The fact is, as twisted and as crazy as Malcolm is, you always see that I do believe he genuinely cares for Thea in some crazy way.
Yeah.
He does a lot of crazy stuff, and he's still evil, but he's not he's not a sociopath. He does have an attachment to Thea.
Yeah.
He does care for Thea, which I love their dynamic, and the fact that, no matter what, he's still defending her and he's still trying to help her. But it also ends on a cliffhanger of Thea shooting Malcolm.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, I brought this up in the finale of season 1, when there was a moment where Tommy might have shot Malcolm, but he said he doesn't have it in him. Whereas here, Thea does pull the trigger. Like I brought that up and said...
Yeah, that is surprising that she managed to do that.
I said we'd have a parallel, but... Like I said, this episode was jam-packed.
If I were Thea, I'd think, yeah, he's crazy, but he's so intent on protecting me, I hate him, but I can use that for now to be safe.
Yeah, I know. I suppose the only other thing is we do end on, they give the cure to, Roy.
Yeah.
Which, as we said, they've got the cure, so they're going to give it to Roy, and we'll see what happens. But obviously, it's a last episode left. It's going to have a lot of cliffhangers with you wondering what's going to happen. Of course it is. It's a finale. What did you expect? We're about to go into the finale, which, like I said, like last season where the second last episode was huge and action-packed, this episode was huge and action-packed and just makes you extremely excited for a finale. Arrow finales are always amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm never going to deny that. Say what you will about some of the other Arrow episodes, the finales are always amazing.
Yeah, I'll agree on that.
But I ranked the second last episode of season 1 very high. It made my top 5. I'm pretty sure this might end up making my top 5 again. But
I don't know. I suppose I'll go 7.
For you, a 7 is a high number. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. At 8.5, which is still very high. I expect the next episode to be even higher. I love Season 2's finale. I think it's probably second place only to Season 5's, but we'll get to that in a while. But
one day.
Man, Season 2's got a great finale, and it's next. So
We'll see.
I'm giving it an 8.5. You're saying 7.
Mm-hmm.
This is huge. I love Season 2. Like I said, as you said, you can't deny, Season 2 has been much better than Season 1.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I remember Season 3 we'll get into. I have mixed feelings about Season 3. We'll see how you feel. But
I barely remember.
That's good. It'll be a nice fresh take since you don't remember as much of it.
Mm-hmm.
But, we have one episode left of the season. Soon we'll be starting Season 3. We'll also be starting The Flash very soon. Very soon.
This is gonna be great.
3 episodes until we start The Flash, I'll tell you that.
Yep.
You can always find out. But next episode, what's the finale called, Kara?
Unthinkable.
Well, it is very thinkable. I think the next time is the finale. Well,
so if you're excited for the finale, or you just want to see us do Flash, feel free to subscribe so you'll see when we upload that.
Exactly, and hit that little bell thing that makes your phone say, hey, we did an episode. But anyway, I'm very excited for the finale.
I personally don't bother with the bell, I just check on stuff.
I do the bell for only things I really care about. But I'm excited for the finale. Are you excited for the finale?
I guess so.
Do you remember much of what happens?
No.
But, you can obviously just put the pieces together.
Yeah.
But, anyway, oh man, that's the thing. Like last time, I'm just thinking of all that's still left to happen, thinking, wow, next episode is going to be so jam-packed.
Mm-hmm.
But enough about next episode. We'll see you next time for the finale!